Hi everyone, welcome back again. Simple metric conversions number 3. Now we do it in reverse. Everything you do one way in maths, we do it the other. When you learn to add, the reverse of it is subtract. When you learn to multiply, the reverse of it is divide. Happens with everything in maths. You learn to do it one way, you learn to do it the other. So a moment ago we were talking about 1 kilometre was 1,000 metres, so 2 kilometres would be 2,000 metres, so 3 kilometres would be 3,000 metres. No mention of centimetres. Nothing here is to do with centimetres. That's a whole new topic all by itself. Mostly we teach it all in one big go, but I don't. These days I separate it out into separate things. So if I had 1 metre, I'd have 1,000 millimetres. So 1 metre is 1,000 of those little millimetres. Not 100, it's 1,000. So everything we're talking about is thousands because it doesn't say centimetres. So if I took 1,000 large steps, very large steps for me, as I've said previously, I'd go about 1 kilometre. A bit harder to picture 1,000 grams. A kilogram of margarine is quite large. If you split that up into 1,000, it's hard to think of it. But 1,000 metres is quite easy to think about. So if I went 1,000 metres, I've gone 1 kilometre. If I've gone 2,000 metres, I've gone 2 kilometres. So for me, it's looking at this idea here. What are we saying? If you say that in words, we're actually saying the words 2,000. So when you're saying 2,000, this is talking all about thousands, not hundreds. So it's just 2. So if I say this in words, and some people struggle with the words, but that one's okay for most people. 5,000, of course, will be 5. And then 7,000, of course, will be 7. And there's the people who will say to you, go and divide it all. And a lot of your friends and other people might be able to work in that method. And it's okay if that works for you. It might sink in later. Sometimes we learn one method and later on the other one makes sense to our brain. So this one's a bit different. If I wrote it in words, I would say 3,300. So we're talking about thousands. So let's go back to my peekaboo method again. That's thousands. So let's put an arrow to that one. That's the thousands. So if I covered all those over, the answer is 3. Because 3,000 metres would be 3 kilometres. And you go, well, wait a minute, what happens to this over here? And I want to say the words, this bit over here. Bits are decimals. So I could write that as 0.3. So 3,000 and the rest of them are bits. I was going the other way, 3,300. Now in reverse, 3,000, then it gets the decimal, and we've converted it from metres to kilometres. None of them say centimetres. These don't say centimetres. So 4,000 milligrams, they're tiny milligrams, are small. So if I said it in words, 4,000. So it's almost like you can stop and go, 4,000 is just 4. And there's your answer, but there are some bits. So some bits left over. How much are left over? So when we're talking about bits, decimal places are bits. They're part of a whole, they're not the whole thing. So if I said this in words, 6,320. So these are the bits. So we've actually said 6,000. So we're going from metres to kilometres. So if I took 6,000 very large steps, which I don't think I could keep up, I'd actually go to 6 kilometres. And then I had a bit left over. So how do I write bits? Decimals are bits. Almost like I want to come out with a new statement that decimals are bits. They're bits of a kilometre, not the whole kilometre. So one more, 7,133. So we actually said the word 7,000. So the answer to this is about 7. So if I said to you, how far did you go, and you've been out in your push bike and you've ridden, and actually I went for a ride yesterday, and it says how far you went, and if it said you went 7.133 kilometres, and I said, how far have you gone? A lot of people would just say, I went 7 kilometres. I do it all the time. I just round off. The other day I did a 33.3 kilometre ride, and I said to my family I did a 33 kilometre ride. So the 7 is about 7 kilograms though. We're not talking metres here. Talking grams, so that's about 7. So 7,133 is the 7, and there's some bits left over. Now, in real life, often we need more accuracy. This has just been more accurate. Usually it's to do with meters and kilometers and measurements on houses and bridges and everything where we want the accurate measurement. Not so important when you buy, say, a kilogram of margarine and it says it's 1 kilogram. If you weigh it, you'll find out it's not 1 kilogram, it's just approximate. Thanks again for watching. There'll be more to come.